please, if you don't mind. Elsewhere, a little bit crowded east and westbound Interstate 24, as well as 75 north and southbound around the 75-24 split. 153 northbound across the Chickamauga Dam, as well as 27 north across that old Jotty Bridge. Sean Paul, right now, traffic.
Dunham Sports, one of the nation's largest sporting goods chains, is cutting the ribbon to great savings Friday at its newest location in Cleveland at Bradley Square Mall. Dunham Sports carries a wide selection of your favorite brand names like Nike, Under Armour, TaylorMade, Remington, and more at prices that are hard to beat. At Dunham's, we have what you're looking for, from golf to hunting and everything in between. Be prepared to start saving on all your sporting good needs this Friday at the newest Dunham Sports in Cleveland. Dunham Sports. Our big names bring you in, our low prices bring you back.
Get in the game at Dunham's.
Healthy smiles lead to healthy lives. And with Delta Dental of Tennessee, it's never been easier to cover your mouth. Dental made simple. That's Delta Dental. DeltaDentalTN.com.
Thanks for listening to The Talk Monster. Check us out early. Not early like 5, that's crazy, but early like just after 6. Now that's normal. The very early Jeff Styles on 102.3 FM.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh.
5 minutes after 6 o'clock, it is Sport Talk WGOW. Doc Quake, Cowboy Joe with you. Ken Meredith in the house with us. What's up there, Kenny?
Pretty exciting race in Atlanta, getting ready for a showdown in Richmond.
For one Saturday night for all the marbles.
7 guys fighting.
I was going to say, what is that number? I knew it was at least 5. So 7 total guys could slide in there. And
but the guys that are fighting are sitting there at 9 and 10.
It's going to be exciting.
They can't let up.
Oh no! This could get this from 8th to really 8th to 15th. This thing could shake up. I think Casey Kane's got 2 wins though, so that'll keep him tied. Junior's going to got a new sponsor. Junior's got Time Warner Cable.
Really? Yeah, Casey Kane, he can't drop far enough. He's in.
He's in. He's got 2 wins. He's in. He's a wild. He'll be the highest of the wild cards.
267-1023. We're going to talk a little NASCAR, but we've got a special guest that's going to join us this hour.
Sterling Marlin's calling for the up at the Nashville State Fairgrounds Speedway.
Right.
Well, they're having the state fairs up there this weekend. They're having the Tennessee State race, and it's a Saturday night. You know, just that good old-fashioned asphalt racing. And I talked to the track from the owner today, and he said, "Well, what if we got Sterling? Can Sterling call in and talk to you guys?" I said, "Sure,
yeah,
we're in on that deal." So he's supposed to be calling us here in the next 5 or 10 minutes and hang out. We'll talk a little old, a little new. Because, you know, Sterling's the one guy that really saw the sport change from dragging the car from the house to racing for maybe a single-owner guy.
Right.
He was with Junior Johnson when they went multi-car teams. You know, he really was in the start of that. And Bill Elliott were
to the
teammates.
Millions of the late 90s, early 2000s. Was he actually racing in the field when Earnhardt died?
He was racing Earnhardt. Remember?
That's right. Oh, yeah. He's the
we
one.
We don't want to talk about that.
No. We won't talk about that.
Stop bringing that up.
That was I remember the fans freaking out saying that he, got up underneath him or something. Right. Obviously, they would, they're almost cut of the same cloth.
Yeah.
But,
Senior was doing a good job trying to block, too, for a while.
Trying to get his boys in.
Yeah, trying to get Mikey and Junior up there, and that's where all the controversy
big
came
Tennessee
from.
fan.
He's big orange all the way. After I saw him about a couple months ago. He was at a car show after our cruising, and they brought him in to sign autographs, and he brought his race car. And I talked to him then, and he said, call me sometime, but that sometime never ends. And then it just came together today so they can promote this race.
Another thing you wanted to mention, too, is I know that you were telling me earlier today, but they were so much more accessible, the drivers were, to not only media but to fans and everything back then, and now they're somewhat guarded. They still try and tell everybody they're as accessible as any professional athlete, but it's a different story.
We've talked, there's an agent involved, then you get the PR guy, the media guy. I've had a hard time getting, David Reagan, after he wins the race, they're like, we'll get back with you. Yeah, whatever.
Right. Why don't you get Jeff Gordon now that y'all become such big pals?
I'd like to get Gordon on there. He drives for my competition in the paint business, but I think he's still got a little heat left in him. And look what he did in the middle. He was on the wheel. The crew chief, once again, makes the wrong adjustment under caution. and he can't get back up.
And that's been his issue. If you don't win, you suck mentality is certainly alive and well.
Mm-hmm. This guy's won 80 how many times?
85.
85? Come on. Give me something.
Again,
Before
top
you
10.
retire,
He gave you a
give me
top
something.
10, but it's not good enough.
I want him
I don't
again this
live in
week.
top
I'm
10.
taking him at Richmond.
I live in number ones.
Right.
He on the loser part of it.
So, our 3 and Out, and it's brought to you by Sports Outlaws. 1 o'clock on Saturday. Those NASCAR experts will tell you all about it.
Yes, we will.
The freak.
I'm considered the NASCAR expert on that show.
There's no doubt about that.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk a little bit of SEC, Georgia, and Alabama, breaking them down, and, of course, the AFC West. And also a nice little game that we started last week. Who would you rather?
Okay. All right, so
And
check it out.
It's not what you think.
Saturdays, 1 o'clock, the Sports Outlaws right here on the Talk Monster. Here's the final call of the Atlanta race from the Performance Racing Network.
Kyle Busch solidly in charge here at Atlanta Motor Speedway as he rolls out of turn 4. He will take the checkered flag and win the Advocare 500, scoring his 4th victory of the season. Joey Logano closing fast, but it's only good enough for a runner-up finish.
I'm going to stop playing these. I'm just going to make up my own.
There's no
So at least it'll
excitement.
be exciting. I could put, car noises in the background all day long.
If you get 10 races, you're lucky to get one great finish. It's a problem.
It's a pretty good finish in the truck race. To the guy's girlfriend, Smack Mac Pappas.
Oh, that
What's
was
that all about?
hilarious. She walked right up to him, too, and he had no answer.
That was straight out of
He turned around and ran.
probably Mentone, Alabama, I'll
Or
say.
Rat Town.
I know this
I
isn't
did all about
politically
Rat Town.
correct, but if she's man enough to hit you, I'd have had to punch her out.
Well, and you know what? Pappas, boy, he stood there for a second, and he was just like, you
He
know what?
wanted too bad.
You go straight to the police department.
Yeah, and this is only going to be bad for my career.
He
Yeah.
could not win if he did it.
But she redneck tagged him, boy.
Go straight to the police department, get that assault charge put
And
on
she
her.
was a fighter because she brought it back. She brought that shoulder in. That's how you can tell the difference. She brought the shoulder in. A little weight behind it.
He ought to knocked her head off.
Here's Joey Logano on the late restart at Atlanta.
I'm mad at myself on that one restart when we restarted third, and I was a little too close to Kyle. And when he spun his tires, I had to check up not to hit him, or when I can't pass him before the start-finish line. So he gave the 56 a big run, and he got underneath me, and then he gets shuffled out of the back, and it's just a cluster after that. So hard-fought day though. Guys did great.
I want to say this again. The start-finish line is the line. Let's just make it the line. What happens at that point, it doesn't matter. This zone thing it causes a problem every start. There's always somebody trying not to wiggle by.
I agree. I agree.
Make that start-finish line the line.
Do they have the zone just because of controversy? They want controversy?
He got to the line first and all that. So now they got a zone to make it worse. Let's go. They got a zone of about 4 or 5 car lengths, so if you did jump him, you got a chance to correct it.
Right.
Make the line, and if you get there first, just don't keep passing.
There is no correction. You either jumped it or you didn't jump it.
You jumped it or you didn't.
Thirdly, Kyle Busch, and he talks about how he didn't like his car at first, but it turned out pretty good.
I wasn't happy with the race car at all in the beginning of the race, but Dave and the guys made some really good calls and got us some great adjustments there tonight to get us back up front. The M&M's Camry wasn't good to start, but was good at the end and was good to get up front. Track position, my boys on pit road.
If speaking of the Bushes, not Kyle but Kurt, if it was anybody else, if it was David Reagan, if it was Stacy Compton driving that black 78 Furniture Row, I'd be all over it because I love the way that car looks.
It's a good-looking ride.
You like the flat black, don't you?
Yeah, I love it.
And Kyle Busch is nationwide.
I think
same
Kurt's
one,
made
black
a
with a
mistake.
monster.
I think Kurt going to Stuart Haas is a mistake.
Why is that?
Well,
because
like I said
Harvick
before, that's 3 roosters in the hen house.
Well, he don't care. He's got his contract.
You got Harvick, Tony Stewart, and now Kurt Busch. You think they're going to get along? They ain't got along in the past.
What difference it make? He gets paid.
It makes a difference.
It's chemistry.
Well, he gets paid whether he wins or loses.
They're not going to work
He's got his money.
together. They got to work with Tony because he brought some of the check, but he had a press conference yesterday. Thanks to Vicodin, he was a lot happier person.
Well, yeah, but I thought you were all about wins.
Who?
You, to get to the front.
I am about wins.
You need some chemistry and some team team building, don't you?
Bush will get there. He's a better driver than Gordon.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of Tony Stewart standing
You
behind.
would admit that.
Standing behind Kurt Busch as he falls backwards.
But I'm talking
Tony's got to catch him.
I'm talking about better than Tony Stewart or Kevin Harvick. Who's going to be the spotlight hog? That's what I think Kent's saying is there's three big hogs.
Out of that group, Bush is the best driver.
You got 3 egos.
Tony Stewart?
I think he's better than Stewart.
Kevin Harvick?
Yeah, I think he's better.
Harvick will be the third.
Just me.
He's the smallest of the C's.
They said Budweiser stepped up for full sponsorship next year.
But Danica.
It's going to be Enough said.
In the proper
Should make
equipment.
him a sandwich.
But see, there again, this is reasons why that friction could go wrong.
Is-
Kurt Busch in the proper equipment is the best driver, but what if they make sure Tony Stewart's the lead dog?
How about yes or no around the table? Is this the year for Kyle Busch?
Well, I'll give you one better than
I said yes or no.
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 Yes.
I'm gonna tell you why. This is the
KB,
time of
babies.
year every year that he comes unglued.
Right.
He's been number one in the points more than once, and something about the sand out in Phoenix makes him go berserk.
He cannot manage a race car. He cannot manage a race car when things are going against him. He's great when it's awesome.
He gets sand in his underwear. It rubs him the wrong way.
I
He
want you to
can't
go out
make
there
that
and
race.
hit the pace car.
You hit everything else. Bring
Could,
ice
though.
cream.
You know what? As good as he is, he needs to win one soon. Because it's time. It is.
KB, boys.
But
You're going KB the whole way.
Yes, sir.
We'll see what happens. It's too many races. He'll screw up somehow.
Well, he comes unraveled. I mean,
That's
we've
what I'm
seen
saying.
He started
all
at 10.
All 10 of those races can't go his way every time. And when it does, he tends to go 40th instead of bringing it home
He
at
finishes
6th.
last in the chase every time he makes a chase.
We'll see.
Last year was the only year he had a decent one, and that's because he was a spoiler. He was 13th in the points, and he couldn't.
It was too late. Yeah.
It could be KB
Get
time.
some of it.
Kurt Busch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Kyle.
Oh, okay.
I got
Maybe Kyle number 2.
Kind of, that's what I call that, because he's kind of during the chase.
Sport Talk coming right back in our Kelly Collision Center on the Talk Monster 102.3.
We want to hear from you. Facebook us at Talk Radio 102.3 or click the link on the homepage at WGOW.com.
All my neighbors had this signs that said they'd gotten smart, and I'll be dadgummed if I was going to be left behind. Well, it's fast. The TV picture is better. As soon as it switched over, you could tell the difference. And the customer service, which I've called a couple of times because they need to teach old dogs new tricks, they're wonderful. It's quicker and actually I think it's more dependable. I love EPB fiber optics.
I'm on the go, and wherever I go, home goes with me. It's a little app called iHeartRadio. My favorite station's on here, and I keep up with the news and sports from the personalities I love.
Download the free app. Over 1,500 local stations ready to play. iHeartRadio.com.
This eczema is driving me crazy. All I do is, no matter what I use on this dry, itchy, red skin, I can't stop.
Introducing the first eczema lotion from Cortisone 10. It contains the strongest non-prescription itch medicine to relieve the... Plus 7 moisturizers to help heal severe dry skin. Once you start using it, you'll stop the... for good.
Ah, that's better.
New Cortisone 10 eczema lotion. Feel the heal.
WGOW.com presents the Sweet Deal of the Week. Your chance to enjoy some of Chattanooga's best restaurants and businesses with half-price gift certificates. This week, the Sweet Deal of the Week features Shooters Depot, the area's premier firearms store and indoor shooting range. Shooters Depot is hosting their fall customer appreciation from Wednesday through Saturday, featuring deep discounts on several major firearm brands, free refreshments on Friday and Saturday, and a Smith & Wesson AR-15 will be given away. Visit Shooters Depot during their fall customer appreciation event, 5958 Shallerford Road in Chattanooga and 5443 Battlefield Parkway in Fort Oglethorpe. Coming up Friday morning, 9 a.m., you can purchase a Premier Family Dual Unlimited Annual Shootout membership valued at $400 for just $200. But as always, only a limited number available. The Sweet Deal of the Week, just for you, from WGOW.com.
Watch out for flashing lights, brake lights, school zones, and always heed the speed. The latest with Right Now traffic on 102.3 FM.
Uh-oh.
Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo! Hump day!
In the Southern Comfort, and it don't even matter if your veins are punctured. All the crackheads, the critics, the cynics.
6:19, it is Sport Talk WGW, and a word about our fine sponsor, Kelly Collision Center, and the Racing Hour. And folks, we talk about it, the downtown body shop, basically.
Yeah, and they just free up to the end of the season. They're going to stay with us all year.
Excellent. Thank you,
Kelly. They love
Kelly.
it. They like people telling them they hear it on Sport Talk, so be sure when you go down there, tell Jerry you heard it from Dr. B.
That's right. They can take you back to work. If you want to drop your car off, you work downtown, they can do that for you, and they're just very convenient.
Lifetime warranty on the repairs. They use top quality products from Bird's Automotive.
There you go.
It's a win. That's what we call the win-win.
Right down there on the river.
On the river, yeah.
And that's Kelly Collision Center. So
I just talked to Sterling's people. He's in the race car. He's like, man, it's 5:20. We got you in an hour. I said, no, it's 6:20 in Chattanooga.
That always happens, buddy. Let me tell you.
He said, well, he's on the track. We'll get him off the track. We'll call
Most people think Chattanooga Central Time.
I don't know why.
If they've never lived here before. So there you go. So anyway, we're talking about other drivers making that shift, silly season as they've called it before. And the news is that Burton is out of Richard Childress Racing's number 31 after the 13th season, but that's probably not a shocker. He's fallen off quickly.
But he's going to a Childress sub-team.
He's been with them 13 years?
Since 05.
Wow.
He's going to a sub-team, which will be Tommy Baldwin Racing. He'll drive the 7 or the 36, and he's taking Caterpillar with him. There must be some connection between the Burton family and Caterpillar.
Yeah.
Because and what I found interesting this week was who they picked to go in the 42 car. Kyle Larson.
An up-and-comer, but
Man,
is he ready yet?
Phenom.
But he's not one in the, I mean, he's not the guy in the Nationwide that's up there all week. Why do they keep doing this? I mean, look what it did to Sam Hornish.
Right.
Why wouldn't you go after somebody that's now got his act together?
Right.
Like who?
Sam Hornish Jr., leading the Nationwide points.
What about my boy Trevor?
Trevor Bain, he's got more experience. I mean, they're putting a kid, and he said,
How does Bain not get
I don't know.
Full?
I'm tired of it.
What are you going to do, quit?
Man wins a Daytona 500.
Trevor Bain.
I'm not watching Richmond.
When's the last time Gordon's won the 500?
Get off my boy Gordon.
He's got too many trophies.
You rode the Gordon wagon to the end.
But why not?
I rode it a long
why not
time.
bring up Kyle Larson? Because we've seen that the guy can
Stenhouse
race.
Jr. has done pretty okay, I guess.
He got set on the pole. He's running the top 15. That's a pretty good thing.
He's got Danica.
Yeah.
Some guys, when they come up, they perform even better than at the level they were.
That's true.
Look at Michael Jordan. I'm not saying Kyle Larson's, the Dale Senior of the future Dale Senior of
but it's
NASCAR.
true, though.
But
You just don't know.
Some
That's
guys
shooting
are like
basketball. That's not riding a rocket. LeBron James would have been a better one. Just saying. I don't know.
that. You have any idea what you're talking about?
No, I'm just having a good time. I was just trying to say like I knew some sports.
But Stenhouse Jr., I mean, you give those guys the shot, and you never know. Like they're saying, they might hit the right chemistry. You never know.
I don't know, man. I say right now, and if you notice these teams, nobody seems to get it together for the whole race. I mean, Kyle was bad beginning of the race, got better during the night. The crew chiefs and this team thing is starting to be more of a factor on how you run later on in the night.
Sure.
And there's been some night races. We've seen, 3 in a row now?
Well, I mean, Kyle Busch just told us about adjusting it, how he thought the car was junk at first, and then all of a sudden, a couple twists, couple turns, and boom, it's at the front.
And he's on the wheel.
And that helps a lot. How about the girlfriend, the driver's girlfriend that slapped him? We talked about it earlier. She has now been, and I'm sure she's scared because she looks like a girl that would be scared.
No, she looks red. She does.
She don't look scared.
Get a picture.
She has indefinitely been banned from all events for slapping a rival racer after the Truck Series. Ooh. It's Mike Skeen as the driver. His girlfriend was fined. Actually, he was fined $2,500 for slapping Max Pappas. Poor Max. It seemed like it should be more than that, man. I mean, not just walk up and open hand slap somebody that.
Is Wayne Brady going to have to smack a driver?
I don't know. They'd been battling for third in the closing laps of the race until contact between the two on the last lap. Two hit again during a cool-down lap. I just can't see Delana
Harvick.
or one of those, somewhat classy girls doing that, right? This is straight out of Boyd Speedway. No offense, guys.
That's exactly what I was about to say. That's exactly how it is, or Cleveland, or wherever, your local dirt track.
Sure, your local
This
dirt
is the
track.
kind of things you will see at one of those spots. We all love them, but
could she have slapped the cowboy and got away with it?
Here's a
come on, Joe.
I being the man I am, I'm not going to hit back. I'm going to get another girl to take care of her for me.
There you go. Revenge.
Here's your alpha male moment. Here's your alpha male moment. When you date a girl that'll rub in her hair, you're just going to get that kind of deal.
Is that what you
crazy
did?
women are going to do crazy things.
What would you done, Doc?
Boy, I don't know. But Cole slapped me right there on television.
On national TV.
I got to put her down.
Is she a horse?
Well,
like an old dog.
I'd had to put her down right between that nose.
But what if you just kicked her?
Whichever one I would have taken to the race with me, I'd have pointed to her and said, "Get her."
Yeah, so it's on national television. You know that. You know there's a camera on you right at that moment. You're still going to do that.
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do.
You could pull her up by the hair. That'd be cool.
So then
Wasn't right what she did to him.
Oh,
hey, look,
you wouldn't have any future sponsor after that point.
Hold on. What about Title IX? What about do unto others? Put her down.
Well, that works on a radio show.
Yeah.
But in real life, all of a sudden you're driving a truck with just flat black and a number on it.
I couldn't have done that. I mean, he did the right thing.
He did, but boy, you could tell it was hard to swallow.
He turned around so quick because he knew he had to.
Right.
He knew he had to get
and
the
she's
heck out of
screaming,
Dodge.
no telling what's at him.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what she's hollering. You said it.
Yeah,
You've had it before.
I'm telling you.
Where did this happen at?
It was a truck
Where-
series.
It was Daytona. I think.
If we got a background on her, where's she from?
Daytona.
No, it's Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
Where is she from?
Bowmanville, Ontario, Canada.
It was one of those road racing guys they brought in.
Right. It was Mike
But I wonder
Skeen.
where
Mike
is she
Skeen.
from?
I never
What's
heard
her
of Mike
background?
Skeen.
I don't even know where
the
Mike
famous
Skeen
Skeens
is
out of
from.
Smackville.
I mean, give her credit. Give her credit. She came right up there. We want to hear from listeners. What would you have done? She came right up there and nailed him.
She probably got a call from WWF, and they'll have her on Monday Night
And
Raw
you
next
think,
week.
and you would think that if you're a driver,
I bet they will.
You got to interview her on all the shows. Why not?
if you're a driver, whether it's
What if we
Truck
find
Series, whether it's Nationwide,
I
or
would-
whatever it may be,
Let's find her.
you got.
You ain't gonna ruffle my
Why give her the credit, man?
What if Terry Labonte's wife had done it to Earnhardt in Victory Lane at Bristol? That's a prime example of what it would have been.
Yeah.
What?
What if it had been Terry Labonte's wife when he rattled the cage at Bristol on Terry Labonte?
And she'd have walked up to Earnhardt and said, I can't
To
believe
the
you did
man?
it to my man.
To the man?
She wouldn't have done that. She looked at his mustache.
She had too much
and
class.
Bowed down.
He may be from Virginia. It doesn't say his hometown, but his favorite
He's
track
done.
is Virginia International Speedway.
He won't be racing anymore Nationwide or Trassman Truck Series unless he's got divorce papers and,
Thank you, girlfriend.
Yeah.
We got a Bama Hater. Welcome to Sport Talk in our Kelly Collision Center Racing Hour. Hello, Bama Hater.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
I'm no talk.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
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 So before we get to you, Bam Hayer, but am I mistaken in seeing this that slap dislocated his jaw?
That's what he claimed.
Oh, there's no way.
Said it was sore. He didn't say dislocated. I think he said sore. Who said dislocated?
Man, after a girl smacks you, if she put,
AJC?
I had one stab
Well,
me and
I'll
shoot
tell
at
you
me
one thing.
before, and I didn't act like
I tell
it
you what,
bothered
you
me.
could hear it. She put it on him.
Oh yeah, she smacked barehanded. You smack. I mean, here's the next thing: if you're gonna bear smack somebody, smack them in the ear.
Oh, yeah, it rings for hours.
It shuts the program down.
Go ahead, Bama Hater. All right.
I had a.
How to slap a woman on Sport Talk. This is great.
Yeah.
Or a guy. Well, just a
Anyone.
woman.
Okay. Go ahead, Hater.
I had an incident. We were all up at Chester Frost, me and my best friends, and
Drunk.
my oldest brother's wife, who he happened to be the only one married at the time.
Drunk.
Nobody liked her,
Drunk.
and we got into it.
Drunk.
Oh God.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
He just
I'm
keeps saying drunk.
I just keep saying drunk. When's the
it's
alcohol
funny.
come into play
Oh,
here,
yeah.
Bama Hayer?
Sterling Marlin on hold, going, "What am I doing?"
So everybody was drunk, right?
Yeah, it was involved. You
Yeah,
didn't let me
there you
get to
go.
that point. But anyway, me and my brother, the one who was married, got into it. His wife walked up behind me and just slapped me from behind. I mean, just slapped the hell out of me.
Well, you just want a race, or one maybe a Sea-Doo race or something? Swam
No,
across the
no,
creek? Or...
No, I don't even remember what it was about, to be honest with you. And I turned around, and I had reared back, and I was going to knock the total living crap out of her.
Well,
My other brother happened to grab my arm and stop me. But she was going to go down. She was going to go down hard.
That's a good Christian attitude. Knock them down.
Yeah, but
so they stopped you.
Wouldn't do it now, but
hey, when you're younger days, you never know.
Thank you, Bama.
I can't. Let's ask Sterling.
Interesting.
That's a good one to ask Sterling.
All right, we bring
From the
on
end,
the legendary NASCAR driver, Sterling Marlin, with us, the pride of Columbia, Tennessee. Sterling, how you doing? Welcome to Sport Talk in Chattanooga.
Doing fine. Up here at the racetrack in Nashville, Tennessee, the old fairgrounds.
Ain't nobody slapping anybody up there.
Yeah, we're talking about that incident in the truck race, Sterling. I mean, that's kind of...
Ain't no women in the pits.
That's what we were saying. Could you imagine if Labonte's wife tried to go after Earnhardt in '99 at Bristol? And I mean, it just that's crazy stuff. You got to contain that woman.
I don't believe it's her first rodeo.
I guarantee you it wasn't. I guarantee you.
Sterling, tell us a little bit about this weekend's events up there at the fairground.
Well, we got a 100-lapper, which we've run all 100 lappers all year. And Tony's been doing a great job promoting the place. Had 10,000 people the race before and about 8,700 people last race, and really been packing them in here. So it looks like the old fairgrounds of old. You know, it's really enjoyable coming out here and seeing all the fans in the stand.
Is that the place where you cut your teeth, essentially?
Yeah, it's where I first started racing. I was 16 and
16.
15 or 16, started on this quarter mile and run a streetcar race more or less two nights, and I saved up enough money and bought me a sportsman car. Started running, so it's where.
Who got you into it, Sterling? I mean, when
my
you
dad, my dad drove for 100 years.
Yeah, Cuckoo Marlin.
So you were coming right in behind him.
Shop and got in the way, kind of learn what to do, you know.
Sterling, you saw a lot of great races at the fairground. There's a lot of history there, isn't there?
Yeah, it is. It's been a lot of drivers come through here. It's been on won championships, NASCAR championships, and Daytona 500s and whatnot. But it's the best short track by far in the nation, and it's like I said, it's good to come here and see all the fans in the stands, and looks like it did 20 years ago.
You still a big UT Vol fan, Sterling?
Oh yeah.
What about that famed number 14? Now, how many races did you run in that orange and white? Was it Chevrolet? Why can't
Chevrolet?
It was Monte Carlo. I think I ran 4 races in Tennessee. All 4 Busch races was in Tennessee, so I ran 4 races that year.
God, it was a pretty car now.
Yeah, it was.
I still got the little model, whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
The diecast.
Oh, yeah, the diecast.
Oh, yeah.
Sterling, you drove for many teams, and we were talking today about the multi-car teams and what's going on in today's world. And you were one of the forerunners when Junior Johnson went to 2 cars, and you ran the Maxwell House, and Bill was there. Do you think the sport's just getting a little crazy with keep adding drivers? I mean, Tony adds 2 drivers to a team. I mean, is it getting just out of control?
Well, I don't say that they're going to run out of sponsors sometime, and it's just got so expensive. I was over a fancy shop a couple months ago, and radiators $12,000, seats $15,000, hoods $3,500, and
what?
Yeah, and it's just got out of hand, and the radiator late model car here's $150.
It's a lot cheaper.
It's $800, but they're doing so much for safety, but it's just normal man like say me and Tony Formosa want to start a race team. Well, it's impossible. I mean, used to you go to the Chevrolet Play store, we could buy some sheet metal, get a chassis, and hang a body, and get a local guy to do the motor and go racing. But it's just virtually impossible now.
Good friend of the show, Herb Adcox, who, of course, lives here in Chattanooga, he used to talk about those days, too. And there's there's a lot that's sad about moving away from that. The sport is so much more commercialized, and, of course, now it's nationwide. But, man, those were the glory days, and, there's something special about being able to put it on the truck and leave from the house and drive to the track, yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like I said, we spent a many night in Dad's old cup shop, working on race cars and during the day or whatnot, and get jumped in the truck. On Thursday night when you got loaded up, and be at Rockingham Friday morning, and unload, race, come home Sunday night. So, we used to work in the pit crew. I'd play football on Friday night, and we'd cut the tape off our ankles in the car going to Darlington, to Charlotte, wherever.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
No such thing as a driver's suit back then, was there?
No.
Not much of one.
We had Joe Lee Johnson on one time, and he said they dipped their clothes they were going to wear the next day in this 55-gallon drum of stuff. And he said, really, you'd rather been on fire of what that stuff would do to your body over 500
Some
miles.
kind of flame retardant or whatever. We're talking with Sterling Marlin, of course, the pride of Columbia, Tennessee. And Sterling, you know, I was a big fan of yours when you were driving that number 4 Kodak, and you had a Morgan McClure, I guess, was the owner there. Boy, you had it going. You had it on a rail at those super speedways, Daytona and Talladega, back in the '90s.
Yeah, we did. We had a really good race team put together, and Tony Glover really understood what the cars needed, and had a good guy that hung the bodies, old Runt Pittman doing the motors, and they just took a lot of pride in making the cars run fast at Daytona and Talladega, which we'd probably test 3,000 miles before the Daytona 500. We go to Talladega twice to 3 times a year when you can test a lot, and Daytona twice, so we run a bunch of laps just try to get a good car.
Was there something to the sound of that car, or is that the decoy? That's what I want to know. Was that the decoy of what really was going on with that 4 car?
I don't know. It was just a fast car. The car that was so fast, we won the 500 in '94, and then we come back in '95, and that's when we went to New Monte Carlo. And we had this car sitting there, for 3 days, and we was going to run in the Busch Clash, and they hung a new body on it, just as a '94 model car. So I jumped in the car after lunch, and it was about 3 tenths quicker than the car I'd worked on for 5 weeks, And that car went up winning, I think, won 5 races, run second twice, and got totaled out in Talladega by Ernie Irvin. So it was an awesome car.
Which was interesting.
Ernie Irvin put a ton of them down, didn't he?
He watched me and Earnhart and a bunch of us out there at Talladega.
40.
Cigarette, lots of smoke.
One of the other great Sterling Marlin moments, I thought, was when it was at Daytona on the backstretch where they red flagged the race, and you kind of hopped out and tried to
he was just checking.
I understand. He was just checking, but they frowned upon that. NASCAR did.
Yeah, I had to go to the rear, but the bad thing about it, race morning we had a checklist, and the tire guy was supposed to trim that fender out a ½ inch. So that was $1.5 million mistake. He forgot to do it.
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't know that full story. Yeah, that's somebody's on the chopping block at that point in time.
Sterling, were you close? Were you close to any of the drivers? I mean, obviously you know them, some of them as friends, but really, really close.
Not really. I mean, me and Schrader, Mike Walter, and Bob Hamilton hung around a lot together. They're our age group, and
right.
We got older, the youngest coming in, and they didn't hang out for us old guys too much.
What about Earnhardt? What did he have anybody close to him?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great guy. And I've been over his place looking at deer, and he'd loan you a vehicle if you needed something to get home at night. We'd go run some short track races, and I had a house in Carolina. He said, "Hey man, just take the van, keep it for a week. I don't care how long you keep it."
Really?
Yeah. And him and Bonnie was real close.
Oh yeah.
And Terry Labonte, he'd been hunting Terry a lot. I don't know how Terry ought to be mad at him after he wrecked him a couple times at Bristol.
Yeah, those are legendary matchups. Wasn't trying to wreck him, just trying to rattle his cage. I think.
Sterling, what was your favorite race car of all time? The car that you just, when you think winning, you think. I mean, I know you were successful in many different kinds, but what was your car? Your favorite race car?
Probably '95 Monte Carlo when Chevrolet was first Chevrolet to win when it come out with the new Monte Carlo, and it's still favored something in the showroom that you could buy. And that's about the peak of everything. I think that the fans like they could see what won on Sunday and go to the dealership on Monday and buy one.
Mm-hmm.
How about your favorite track?
It don't matter anywhere but the damn road courses in New Hampshire.
I love this guy.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Sterling.
Yeah.
Well, tell the folks, and I know you want to invite them all to come up to the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. It's one of the, I guess I would call it the heritage tracks in NASCAR. Yeah. A lot of folks raced back then on that track, and it's open again. And you said Saturday night, right? Then come on up and see a big race.
Yeah, Saturday night they've been charging $5 to get in and $1 hot dogs and $2 beer.
You can't beat it.
You can't beat that at all.
One more question, Sterling. When you look at the success of Jimmy Johnson and Chad Knaus, how important, because we have an idea, but you've been a driver, you've had a crew chief, you've had to communicate during races and during the season. How important is that crew chief in today's NASCAR, plus when you were out there doing your thing?
Well, I mean, it's got so technical. I mean, back when 2001 we won some races, in 2002 we had one engineer for our team. And it's just got, Jimmy Johnson's a great driver, I think, and he's got to do a lot, the brake pedal, the gas, and steering wheel. But when you got all the technology and great crew chief makes it go. It's just so technical on them bump stocks and all the stuff they got now. You really got to have a smart guy in the pits working on the car.
And that is Chad Canals. He's proved that throughout the years.
Oh, yeah, Sterling, your number one fan in Chattanooga. Miss Sterling told me to say hello, and she's 88. I don't get whooped by her tonight if I didn't tell you that.
Tell her hello.
Real quick, final question. Just some thoughts about your dad. He was a legend, way before you were out there in Cuckoo Marlin.
Yeah, he was. He raced for years. Started in 1950, and I think he quit in 80. But watched him right here in Nashville a lot in the 60s when I was a kid, and went on to help him in Winston Cup or Grand National, whatever it was, changing tires and putting on fenders and doors, whatever needed to be done, we done it. So,
do you remember the first time you saw him race? First time?
No, I remember those coupes, those 34 forwards here in Nashville running on the quarter mile. I remember that. So I guess I was, 4 or 5 year old.
Really? Wow.
With a name like Cuckoo, he had to have been a character. I mean, there's no. I'll bet.
He was.
I'll bet. Well, Sterling, we appreciate your time this afternoon here on Sport Talk and our racing hour, and we encourage folks to get up there to the Nashville Fairground Speedway and check out Sterling Marlin and all the gang riding. Like he told you, $5 gets you in, $1 hot dogs, $2 beer. You can't beat that.
Jeez. Not a lie. Let's
that
go.
Spells trouble.
Heck with football. Let's go.
There you go.
I'll go. Let's load up.
Sterling, thanks so much for your time
all
today.
Right. Thank y'all.
We appreciate it. All right.
That's good stuff now.
There you go.
That's good stuff.
The legend himself.
He did not disappoint.
No. The pride
tell me this.
of Columbia.
It would be great to have a Jeff Gordon on, and I'd rather talk to that man right there. He could sit here 3 hours.
He could. Oh, yeah. I've heard him on NASCAR radio. He can tell some stories.
Oh, yeah.
Sterling's awesome.
I've heard some good ones about his dad, but I was trying to get it there. But
what was he saying? New Hampshire and the road courses.
Is it them damn road courses in New Hampshire?
What's New Hampshire? So which one is that?
That's that New Hampshire Speedway. It's a little.
He hates
like a mile flat.
Any of them, he said, but them three.
Coming right back, Wild Child. You'll join us after this pause for the cause. 641. It is our Kelly Collision Center Racing Hour on the Talk Monster 102.3.
If you've got a laptop, you've got our signal. Loud and clear and big and bold. Talk radio on web. Anytime, any place. Free. Click WGOW.com/FM.
If you're a business owner and you need a good work truck or cargo van, listen up for a minute. The last thing you need is someone selling you a work truck that's going to break down a few miles down the road, and then you lose money waiting around for it to be repaired. Every dollar you make is about taking care of your family. There's things you don't like. Someone messing around with your money. And you don't like pushy salespeople. So that's why you look for someone you can trust when you purchase a work truck or van for your business. Let me introduce you to Williams Motor Company on Rossville Boulevard. They've been in business since 1969. They sell a great work truck that's going to get you down the road. All you have to do is add your tools and go make money. They have a tremendous reputation for standing behind the truck they sell. So go see them now. 4300 Rossville Boulevard. Williams Motor Company, 867-1965. That's 867-1965. Or visit them online at williamsmotorcompany.net. Go get your work truck, add your tools, and go make money.
Tires for Tails at Quality Tire Pros have been extended through September 14th. Quality Tire Pros will continue to donate $1 for every tire sold to the McCamey Animal Center now through September 14th. It's so important to them, they decided to extend it. So buy a great tire brand like Continental and support the McCamey Animal Center. For more information, visit Quality Tire Pros, 322 Cherokee Boulevard, or online, qualitytirepros.com.
If you're a responsible homeowner who's faithfully made your mortgage payments, you deserve thanks for doing the right thing. And I'd like to tell you about a powerful financial tool that rewards your responsibility. Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans, and the tool that I'm talking about is the Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. HARP is designed to help you lower your mortgage payments. It's for responsible homeowners who are current on their payments, but due to the housing market may have little or no equity left in their home. And even if you were unable to get a HARP loan in the past, new guidelines mean that now you may be eligible. Over 2.5 million homeowners have already taken advantage of HARP and are saving an average of $250 a month. If you're one of the millions yet to take advantage, call us today at 800-QUICKEN. To learn more, call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com. That number again is 800-QUICKEN.
Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
The Sage salute to your business. Here's to being the innovator-in-chief. To crazy ideas that still make dollars and cents. To mobile payments that never take the long way into your accounting system. Here's to controlling your operating costs so that you can achieve your business goals. Sage. Believe in your numbers. Visit sagetoday.com. That's sagetoday.com.
Homeowners, in today's world, no neighborhood is immune from burglaries. Get a state-of-the-art monitored home security system for Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, and get peace of mind today. Call right now, 1-888-213-2244, 1-888-213-2244. Local permit fees may be required. License number CAACO 6320, KY City of Louisville 483, and FLEC 13003427. Call for additional numbers. Call now, 1-888-213-2244.
The best way to start your day is with us. We'll expect you early. Our best material is always just after 6. You've been missing it. Jeff Stiles, early 102.3 FM, The Talk Monster.
.645, it is Sport Talk, WGW, and our Kelly Collision Center Racing Hour here on the Talk Monster. Ken Meredith in the house. Doc Quake, Cowboy Joe. Kudos. That was pretty good. Sterling Marlin joining us there earlier.
Yeah, we're going to get after that golf hour.
Pretty good.
Wild Child, welcome to the Talk Monster and Sport Talk.
Yeah, that's awesome following Sterling Marlin. I've seen a couple of interviews, and he does wear that Tennessee shirt pretty often. And I've been to the Nashville Speedway, whatever they call it up at the fairgrounds.
Right.
Once we went for Duke Fest and a race or whatever. But anyway, Kyle Larson, I think the kid's going to be really good race car driver, but I think that they put him in too quickly.
I do too.
And as far as that girl goes about slapping Max, if I'd have been slapped, that chick wouldn't be able to taste anything right now.
And by the way, she's a Georgia girl.
She's been on a straw diet.
Oh, that's even worse. Yeah.
Let's find her.
Georgia Peach.
Let's get her on the show next week.
And just by going some of the pictures I'm seeing, she's worthy of being a race car driver.
$100 says she's got
That's
a
what I
tramp.
thought. Skeen needs to trade up.
No, you see some of these pictures I'm seeing.
$100. She's got a tramp stamp.
Is she hot?
I see all that. I mean, she looks all right.
They all look good about 9:30.
I didn't think she looked that good, but I just got a glimpse. So
Well, you got a Ray County here. I mean,
well,
hey,
what else, Wild Child?
Well, she's definitely not a pillow biter, I can tell you that much.
Thank you.
Pillow biter.
There you go.
That's one for the home team.
All right, Ace, welcome to Sport Talk and Talk Radio, Ace.
You pillow biter, you go.
Man. Wow.
We're definitely having the alpha hour.
Hey, Doc.
Yes.
You're going to have to tell Mike Jenkins. Arnold Palmer and Annika Sorenstam, that's pretty good, but he's going to have to work a little harder next year to beat Sterling Marlin.
That's pretty darn good now.
Yeah, Gary Player who?
That was awesome.
Yeah, there ain't no inches coming out of them.
Inches.
Hey, Ken, didn't Sterling, is he one of the ones that used to smoke during caution?
No, that was Trickle smoked.
Oh,
Dave Marcus?
maybe.
And Dave Marcus, I think, smoked with the wingtips. He never went to driving shoes. And he drove up to the 90s, Marcus did.
Maybe it was Trickle. That's who
It was Trickle. Trickle's one had a cigarette lighter in the car. And Jimmy Sensor, I don't think he liked to smoke, but when he had Smoking Joe's, he smoked some Camels just to show him that he could.
Right. That sounds like Jimmy Sensor.
I tell you what I need, Ken, I got for my fantasy NASCAR league. I need some picks of some drivers that you think are going to be racing like crazy
this week.
Finish up front and get in this top 10 or 12.
Are you talking about for this week or for the test?
Richmond.
I'm thinking.
Well, Gordon's got to be one of them.
I'm going.
Gordon, he did it last year now.
Gordon and Truex, too. I think it's going to be. I think Logano's going to. I think they're all the guys
Gordon,
that are
Casey Kane. I mean,
Kane's in.
I think
he's got the wins.
He's got the wins.
He's got 2 wins. Truex got 1 win along with Newman. Keselowski's probably outside, so Gordon and
Keselowski's going to show he's
Where
going to
did
drive.
Gordon
like
finish last year? 3rd when he had to get up there, I think.
Yeah. Gordon's. I'm telling you, this is Richmond short track. Jeff Gordon. I'm taking him for a 3rd week in a row. He's not got me out of the top 10 yet.
All right.
But now don't call me Monday and go, you idiot.
There's a possibility.
I can't predict the Paul Menards and David Reagan's what they're going to do.
Quick break. We'll come back. And, Charles, you will join us right after this pause for the cause. A final pause this afternoon. And it's Sport Talk, WGOW, our Kelly Collision Center Racing Hour. Doc Quake, Cowboy Joe, Ken Meredith hanging with you on the Talk Monster.
In a perfect world, you wouldn't miss a minute of the programming on Talk Radio 102.3. If you have access to a computer, you have access to us. Click online access anytime. Stream our signal. WGOW.com/FM.
Fire. That's the sound of your business burning. Thankfully, it's after hours, or it would sound like this. Scenes like this are not limited to big Hollywood productions. You've seen the news, and you know that tragedies like this can happen. Nobody expects their building to be impacted by a major fire, tornado, or devastating flood. Preparation is the key for business safety and survival after a catastrophic event. Right now, ServPro of Chattanooga is meeting with managers and owners of commercial properties and businesses to develop emergency-ready profiles. These no-cost assessments help you prepare and minimize business interruptions in the event that you experience a catastrophic fire, tornado, or flood. Contact ServPro of Chattanooga today, 326-1406. Phone 326-1406.
Hi, this is Cindy Bacon at Fast Signs. At Fast Signs, we stretch your marketing dollars. Our signs produce in-house, work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We produce banners, vehicle graphics, site signs, architectural and dimensional signs. If you can imagine it, we'll make it. Our goal at Fast Signs is to use innovation and technology to make the sign buying process simple. So come by and see me at Fast Signs, located at 153 in Bonnie Oaks, for your next sign project.
Fast Signs, 153 at Bonnie Oaks, and online at fastsigns.com.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
So I knew it was important to have life insurance to protect our family, but I was putting it off. But then yesterday, a girlfriend of mine asked me, point blank, what would happen if you lost your husband? How would you pay the bills? The mortgage, the car payments, food. And that's when it really hit me, and I realized I needed to get us life insurance right now. So I called AIG Direct, and in less than 5 minutes, I had a quote. I was shocked at how affordable it is. Just $18 a month for $250,000 of term life coverage. I feel so much better knowing the kids and I are protected. And my husband was so happy I got the quote.
Save up to 70% when you get term life insurance through AIG Direct. Call now for a free, no-obligation quote. It only takes 5 minutes, and you could save up to 70%. 1-800-322-1099. That's 1-800-322-1099. Call now. 1-800-322-1099.
What's coming up today on Live and Local? You never know. We might be talking politics. We might be cracking jokes. We might be doing everything in between. Tune in at 1 p.m. on Talk Radio 102.3.
.652 Kelly Collision Center Racing Hour here on the Talk Monster Wednesday. Hey, tomorrow about 4:35, we're going to visit with a former Sport Talk guest, and he was a member of the 85 Tennessee Volunteers that won the Big Sugar Bowl upset over Miami. Defensive back Mr. Tommy Sims will join us. He's in Atlanta.
Great guy.
And he's got a lot of stuff going on, so we'll talk about that with Tommy Sims, but he's excited about Butch Jones' era, too.
Member of the Sport Talk flag team, I think. Was he?
He was.
I believe he was, yeah. Yep.
And I'll tell you a game we're going to talk about, too, just for a little bit. You know who Boise State hooks up with? UT Martin.
Yes, they do.
That'd be fun.
Now, 7 championship series teams won last weekend, so we'll see if maybe that could be one upset there. I don't think it can, but
Boise got nailed pretty good.
Yeah, they didn't look too good. I watched a lot of football.
We'll see.
It's not the Boise of 4 or 5 years ago for sure.
No.
All right, Ken, final thoughts as we head to Richmond. Obviously, there's a lot of guys that could do a lot of shuffling.
It's a barn burner. That's all you can say.
And that track makes perfect sense
because
for
it's one of those tracks where you can move them around and they don't always wreck.
Right.
You know, it's not one of the tracks where if you bump it, oh my God, here we
Right.
go. It's going to be one of those it's going to be a shootout.
A lot like Bristol, real physical race.
It's going to be physical, but I think this has got a little more forgiveness than Bristol has.
Who sits on the pole?
Logano. Or it'll be.
Wouldn't hurt to be out front for a little while.
No, it wouldn't hurt to stretch your legs a little.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. Let's talk about some of these guys that just don't. They get in there, but they can't seem to bring home the trophy. Does he have a chance
for the championship?
For the championship,
they've all got a chance week 1.
Well,
but the tracks just aren't good chase tracks. Number one, Richmond should be in the chase.
I think
Bristol should be in the chase.
I think, Joe, and I'm going to give you some hope here, not that you need it, but this is the year I think that you might get some consistent top 4 or 5 that wins it all without winning one.
Well, don't think Jimmy's out because he's been doing a little R&D.
He's done.
The only way he'll be done is if you pick him every week.
He's done.
Clint Boyer, number 2 seed, though. Always really good, but no wins. He's just always in the top 15, if not top 10, it seems like week in and week out, but he doesn't get wins.
Junior.
I'm Gordon. He's got to get in there, but I'm thinking Gordon.
So you think Gordon's going to get in at Richmond?
Oh, unless
he's got to have help.
I'm going to say this. If his crew does not blow it, because I've not seen Gordon, except for this deal at Watkins Glen, which I still think maybe something was set wrong on the car, because he just doesn't do what that car did. Something broke. If the car stays with him, the crew don't make a mistake, he'll be in the chase.
So he's going to be top 5 at Richmond, without a doubt.
Well, he's the winningest driver.
Will he win it?
I think
it's time to step up.
I think he will. He's got to win it because that'll give him also some wild card action. So
the only 2 in the top 10 without a win is Kurt Busch does not have a win this year. But the only 2 that don't have wins in the top 10 are Boyer and Earnhardt Jr. at 2 and 7.
And they're going to be okay because that's a good track for Junior too. You know, that's where Junior almost had the win when Harvick punted him at the end. I think it was Richmond.
Logano, any chance? Biffle, any chance?
Well, Logano's run great. You got to remember he was 23rd. We were talking about him in July, 23rd, 24th, and he's worked his way. And then got wrecked and got him back out, and he went back in. So
got 1 win and 8 top 5s, 14 top 10s. It's not bad.
He's got a better season than Keselowski.
So in the chase, they go to Chicagoland, New Hampshire.
I don't understand that.
We know what Sterling thinks of New Hampshire.
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
Dover.
I'm okay with Dover.
So far, no track in the South. Kansas
sucks.
That's 4 races in. Then they come down below the Mason-Dixon line. Charlotte, Talladega, Martinsville, Virginia, Texas, Phoenix, and Homestead, Miami.
You know where
really just 3, counting Dover, 4 great old tracks.
You know where it should end up?
I don't understand.
Do you know where it ought to end up, in my opinion? Vegas. What better place to finish the season? You can party. They can do the whole deal. They can blow it up.
Some decent
make
temperatures.
It a big deal. Good temperatures. Vegas.
Daytona.
Well, Daytona's not the bad one either, but I don't want to lose that July race.
We'll have it 3. What's wrong with 3?
They're not going to have 2 restrictor plates in the chase.
I say take all the super speedways out of the chase, unless you consider Atlanta.
Where do you I put
Atlanta in there.
Where do you like to watch a race? What race do you like to watch?
I love Charlotte.
It's in there, so you're good.
I love Darlington.
Doc, what race?
I like Richmond. I like Martinsville.
I like Bristol.
I like Bristol.
I'll sit at home or Quake for you. You get on you leave. You go to Bristol.
It's fun. I enjoy it.
And it's just there's nothing to distract you from the race either.
Right.
So maybe Vegas would be a little too glamorous.
Too much. Yeah.
But
flying to the radar.
When you go to Bristol,
what kind of race would Bristol be if it was the final? But, I mean, would it be? It might not be a good race. They'd just be wrecking all over the place.
I think it would be too crazy.
I do, too.
Yeah.
Or what if you went to Martinsville and Bristol, or Bristol-Martinsville for the last 2 races?
Better bring some wrenches.
I'm telling you.
That's the reason I don't like the super speedways, because you can get taken out and you just get caught up in it. I know that's part of racing, but when they're in that chase, it needs to be who is the best driver.
And they are so fast at Charlotte, at Michigan.
Oh, you
Atlanta.
have green, white.
I mean, just a slip and you're in the wall.
Yep.
You know, Atlanta will seem to be better with some better tires this time, but Charlotte, remember, that's what took Johnson out a couple of years ago.
Who do you like, Joe? Who do you like, Richmond?
Dale by God Jr.
There you go.
I've never been prouder of you in my life.
That's right.
Who you like? Who's next?
Bad Brad.
Ooh, that's not
my pick.
Oh, it's mine. I'm sorry. I'm taking Gordon. I'm going against the rules.
I'll take 48.
Yeah, you just got handed Jimmy Johnson. I'm so far behind now. It don't matter.
He's a hand-me-down.
And here's what we're going to do. The shootout's going to be this. We're going to start it at 0 points for the chase, all of us. We're not going to add any extra points, and it's going to be just what they finish, except when you get a win, it's 0. Get a bonus point.
And
the guy with the lowest score.
Next week, there's going to be 12 callers with a driver for over $1,000 worth of gift
What?
Yeah, buddy.
How about that? We're only right here on your Kelly Collision Center Racing Hour, and tune back in next Wednesday. Ken, great guest and getting Sterling Marlin. Good work, Ken. My man. Tomorrow we'll talk NFL as the Broncos are hosting the Ravens. We'll talk with Tommy Sims, former Tennessee Vol, and, of course, the Overlord and Coach Mack will join us in the 6 o'clock hour with our Coach's Corner presented by Powerade. Have a great night. Jed Mescott in the house? No Jed? No Jed tonight?
Where's he?
I wonder why things felt better around here. That little guy running around here like an elf looks like a Keebler.
It's
He'd make a good Keebler, wouldn't
Is he a transvestite?